Hello everyone, today's topic is on apical radiolucency. So, in the radiograph, when you see a dark region in the apex of the tooth, what are the things which comes in your mind for the diagnosis? Usually, you will see in a periapical cyst, wherein the pulpal involvement followed by the periapical lesion. What are the other conditions? When you have a long-standing vertical fracture, it may have a periapical radiolucency. When there is a lateral periodontal cyst, for example, there will be a deep periodontal pocket with a loss of clinical attachment. In that case, you will see a positive electric pulse test, but there will be a apical radiolucency. Next would be osteomyelitis. You have to think about in this as also. It will be an osteolytic, and sometimes you will have a sclerotic and mixed sclerotic and osteolytic feature. And then developmental cyst. So whenever you see a radiolucency, do not think it is a not only a periapical abscess, rather you have to think in the other angle also. For example, developmental cyst example would be incisive canal cyst, but the tooth seems to be you have to check the tooth vitality. Okay, that's so important. Then the traumatic bone cyst. The traumatic bone cyst, the positive electric pulse testing will be there, but there will be a periapical radiolucency there. In case of ameloblastoma, mostly it occurs in 4th and 5th decade, you will see a resorption in the root surface. In addition, you will have a multilocular radiolucency in the apical region. It may be a cemental dysplasia too. In that case, mostly it will be in the mandibular anteriors with the electric pulse testing positive of that tooth, and there will be a radiolucency, which initially it will be radiolucent and later it will become a radio opaque. If it is an amenoblastoma, there will be a dense radio opacity surrounded by the thin radiolucency. Then giant cell granuloma. Giant cell granuloma, again it will be a positive electric pulse testing, where you will see the border will be a smooth or rad, but you will find a fine trabecular in the radiolucent area. Fine trabecular will be evident in the giant cell, central giant cell granuloma. The next one is the giant cell lesion due to hyperparathyroidism. You will find a well-defined radiolucency in the apex. But initially, in the earlier stage, it will not be well defined, it will be generalized, and later it will become in the advanced stage as well defined radiolucency. Then, coming to the, it may be a odontogenic or non-odontogenic cyst or lesion. Okay, do not think in only one aspect, you have to think in the multiple aspect. Differential diagnosis has to be made. After that, you have to make a definitive diagnosis. It may be anatomical landmark also, like if you see a maxillary sinus, incisive foramen, greater palatine foramen, nasal cavity, case of maxilla. Coming to the mandible anatomical areas of radiolucency, it would be a mental foramen or a mandibular canal, submandibular fossa or mental fossa. Generalized as jaws, you may find marrow spaces and nutrient canals as apical radiolucency also. So this is the overall view of apical radiolucency. What you have to think when you see apical radiolucency, not particularly it should be an apical abscess, rather you have to think in multiple angles before even coming for a definitive diagnosis. If you like the channel, kindly subscribe to it. Have a great day. Thank you. God bless.